Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining on the replay. Feel free to share this with any of your friends or colleagues or anybody you think are going to get value from this. I've just done a post, I think it was this morning or maybe it was last night before I went to bed, on branding. And it's not about being branded like the likes of, big old companies. It's about going out there on social media and standing out from the noise. Because how many people do you know in direct sales and network marketing who are working for a company and they're all sharing the same image? So it's about branding you and not the company. So that's what I wanted to just share a few minutes on today. I'm going to put my link on the replay. In fact, I'll probably put it below now, actually. So you can follow me on Instagram. There you go. That should come up on the comments now. So follow me on Instagram because I do put a lot of tips and things like that on there where you can get some value from that. So branding, what I was saying was Brand You, the direct sales company has its own marketing department. So they do, they are responsible for promoting their business like you are responsible for promoting your business. So what I'm trying to say is, do your own graphics, do your own lives, do your own video. That's how I made it to the top in my company for doing FM, was by being unique and standing out from anybody else, because there was nobody doing YouTube, there was nobody doing the lives, there was nobody doing Periscopes, there was nobody doing their own graphics as such, and that's what stood me out from everybody else and continues to do so, because I am me. I am not as you would say, like a box of perfume or something that I think a lot of people look like they are, because they are not doing their own stuff. They're sharing everybody's posts, they're sharing everybody's quotes, they're sharing everybody's images. And if you are doing this, you probably don't realize you're doing it, but just by getting up Canva or PicMonkey and creating the same text, but in your style. So you will see that I've got my branding. I use the hot pink, teal and lime. And that was what predominantly my website was colours were. So that's why I continue to use those colours, because that is who I am. I'm bright, I'm energetic, I'm fun and things like that. So that's why I use those colours. And I use those colours on everything. So you will know that when I do a post on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, anywhere, that if you see the bright pink, teal or the lime colours, the chances are it's going to be one of my images, because that's you run it through the same sort of thing. So an example would be go onto PicMonkey or Canva, completely free. You don't need to spend money. Go onto Pinterest, get loads and loads of quotes on Pinterest and use them, and then just type it out yourself in your own hand. And that is by being you. So what colours attract you? What is your theme? Start to think about that. And the same with doing any images for, your company. It's brilliant to share something that your company has posted, but also think about recreating it in your own voice. So you have to stand out there, because it is a very, very noisy business, out there, online, social media. It's noise, noise, noise. And how are you going to stand out from that? You need to go live. You need to get over yourself. You need to just do it like I'm doing now. At the end of the day, I don't, necessarily enjoy going live all the time, but I know I need to do it for my business to progress forward. So that's why I do what I do. The same with the YouTube. I might take about 6 takes or something to do a video, but I know it's going to give value to my customers and it gives value to my team, because I'm sharing the knowledge. And that's the same with live. It's the same with doing your own graphics. You have to stand out in a noisy space. So stop being a pigeon and be that flamingo. So that's all I wanted to say, is really start to look at your feed, look at your Facebook page. Does it scream out corporate images? Does it scream out an image that you've borrowed off somebody else? Does it scream out everything that isn't you? Hi, Jackie, thanks for joining. You've got to really think about that. Do your own personal photos. You've all seen how many selfies do I take? I take absolutely loads. It's like today, I could do a load now, but I've got content that's going to last me for a long time. I just need to, go onto WordSwag, on my phone. I can upload it wherever platform I want, just change the text, but I've got an image that lasts forever. And people will connect to that image more than they would a corporate bottle of perfume. So that's what I'm trying to say is be you. Use the products. Share your own use of the products. If you're not using your products, then you really aren't going to get any sales. If you're not wearing, the fragrance, you are not going to sell fragrance. The amount of times, people say, how do you do this? How do you do that? And the first question I say is, have you got a kit? No. And this is maybe they've been in the business for 2 months. Well, you're not going to sell any if you don't have any. You have to invest in your business. So get flogging everything on eBay. I always say this, just get through them cupboards, just sell whatever you need to do. If you want to progress, you will progress by doing what needs most, which is getting together. It's only $11.50 for a mini kit. But once you have that tool, it's going to, stand you apart. And then you can take your photos of friends sampling the products. You can take photos of yourself with the kit. And that photo is going to go a lot more further than a corporate image. So really, really focus on doing your own images. As I say, Canva, PicMonkey, they're completely free. If you're using a mobile, there's lots of great software. There's, apps and stuff like that you can use. Or just like this, take a photo on a webcam, and then you can add text to it. Always sit like this side of it. As you can see, I'm at an angle. That's only because it's more appealing to the eye. So there's loads of tips I can give you, and I'll give you those on another day. But another big one, if you are doing video, don't look like this. Do not look like this, because now I'm looking at myself on the screen. You've got to look at the dot. So really try and get used to looking at the dot. It's really weird as hell at first, but honestly, it'll give you much more better results if you're actually looking at somebody's eye. So there you go. That's my tips for today. Stand out. Don't be a pigeon. Be a flamingo. Speak to you all soon. Bye.